everybody. Welcome to the Sharon and Joe Show. My name is Sharon.
Hey everyone, my name is Joe.
So Joe and I are here on Sunday. Usually we make our videos on Saturday for the Monday release. But Joe, why don't you go ahead and talk about why we're making a video Sunday? Because we made one yesterday, but we're not going to go with it.
Yeah, we had we're going to give you guys an update on we both had court hearings this week. Mine was supposed to end. Sharon's was coming to an agreement. And as we were doing the video, I said, you know, this is life or death. And it just dawned on me how dangerous these people are.
Yes.
I don't think it's emphasized enough how dangerous somebody that lacks empathy and has like a malignant, just approach to people in life is. I think I forgot what I'm dealing with, not who, but what I'm dealing with.
Yeah, so Joe and I, we had this video. We were, like we always do, and we are very open. And I want to remind people that this really is our real life. This stuff is happening right now. You know, this is in real time. And I think it's an important reminder to everybody that I'm not saying that all narcissists are dangerous, but they all have the ability to, because when you think about, what would hold you back from hitting me, Joe? What would hold you back from that?
Love, empathy, respect.
Yeah, but what if you didn't have any of that? Just to use that, why would you care?
I'm just saying, in the case that I'm dealing with, the nutcase I'm dealing with is, you're higher on, I'm higher on the spectrum, narcissism, borderline, more than likely, psychopathy and sociopathy. I mean, I've been falsely arrested several times. Money's been stolen from my account. She's off and on with hard drugs. It's just, she stole the car from me when I had the kids. I had 2 sons I'm taking care of. Her mother was living here, our pets, and one night she just stole the car just so she can do whatever she wanted to.
Well, I think for all of us, because even when I think about my ex, a lot of the things, a psychiatrist told me that he's likely psychotic. And that was just with this psychiatrist having a telephone conversation with him. The things that they do. So when Joe and I make these videos, it's actually, I'm not looking for a pat on the back or anything, you guys. We're going to talk about how they're dangerous, and it's a risk for us.
Yeah, I'm so close to the end.
Both of us were right there, and to have something, sorry.
Yeah, any delays at all. She's delaying that she was on drugs when she signed the paperwork, which she wasn't, and her attorney testified that she's stone cold sober, and anything to get anything else that she can.
I think what we're really saying is, until the divorces are over, we want to have an abundance of caution with the things that we're saying on this channel.
And the things that we're saying is
very open.
Yeah, we're open, but we're also respectful even of other people's privacy.
Yes.
We're not doing anything as far as defamation of character. I don't think.
I never even mentioned my ex's name.
Yeah, mine
deliberately.
Either.
Yeah.
Yeah. But man, if they got wind of that, it would just cause a lot of turmoil, and it's just almost at the finish line. And there's so much that we want to share with you guys, as far as getting divorced from a narcissist, but male and female perspective, and the shit that they try to pull. We just thought about that yesterday. Oh my God, there's a whole series of videos we could do to help people. This is what you don't do, this is what you do, and what to expect.
Guys, we have so many videos coming up in the next, say, 2 months or so, where we are really, really going to let you know what it's like. Once these divorces are all the way done, we are going to tell you so many things that we felt like we couldn't. And you know how open I am on the channel. There are actually things I haven't said to protect my children. So Joe and I are going to really let you know, because the reality, when you are dealing with a narcissist, you are dealing with somebody that is, I always feel like I have to preface this, but I believe this. They're not human. There's something evil about them. They're demonic.
When I think of a human being, just a normal human being, I think of empathy and intuition and to be the ability to love. And they might be human biologically speaking, but I don't think that they're in the same class, man.
You know, when I think about you, Joe, like the first thing that comes to mind is how much I love you. And sometimes, I know this is all like sappy stuff, but I feel like with Joe, like I feel like overwhelmed with love and emotion for you. And I'm trying to think, like, imagine, like, if that was, how could you not have anything? I'm trying to picture, like, that's the main thing I feel when I think about you. But to have just nothing, like, who are we with?
Yeah,
I mean, like, when you think about that, right? There's like nothing. There's no, they don't care.
it's just I don't think there was enough emphasis, not even in the classification NPD, that like we don't emphasize enough how dangerous these people are.
Yes.
Like we say, no contact, no contact. Well, why? Because they could get you arrested. They could do all kinds of stuff, man, to stir up the drama. And it's just, they're bad news. They're just dangerous. In my case, like this level of narcissism is not to be messed with.
Well, I think anybody, because you can't know. Now, it doesn't mean that every narcissist is dangerous, but I think all of them have the ability to be dangerous, because when you think about what stops you from doing bad things or hurting people, right? It's the way that you feel, your morals, your empathy, that type of thing. If you don't have it and you want something, why wouldn't they go do it?
In her case, she has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that makes even somebody who doesn't have narcissism dangerous.
yeah, and being so close to the end, I just had that. It was, in a way, God reminded me, like when I went no contact, like, don't forget this time, buddy. Like she took it to a whole nother level. He's like, now, we'll talk about forgiveness later on, but right now you just can't afford ever to forget what it is you're dealing with.
So really we're going to talk a little bit more about just being aware that they can be dangerous. But I also just wanted to say, the reason we're even saying this is I made a few changes on the channel. I actually posted this on the community page earlier, so maybe some of you saw this. Now, these divorces, Joe is already supposed to be divorced. So God willing, we're talking days at this point, weeks for me. So I guess between the two of us, by the end of the summer, we'll say, hopefully, God willing. Until then, we're just going to be a little cautious about what we say on the channel. Now, for me, less so me, more so Joe, I have had several times where I thought to myself, oh man, should I really be saying this? And, there were a few times I've actually had like real panic about it. Like, oh my gosh, like what if my ex finds out? Everything I've said is true. I don't use his name, but he would go. I mean, what do you think he would do if he found out?
I mean, these people have no lives. So, like, and he's got enough money to just prolong the divorce and try to get you for something, anything, like whatever. As a matter of fact, the
I
channel
have my whole playbook out there.
Yeah, we have theirs. Don't ever forget that.
Yeah.
It's just anything that he can do to hurt you.
Yeah.
It's just, they'll go to whatever extreme they'll do to hurt you.
Yeah.
And that's just dangerous, man. I mean, I wanted to be cautious.
Yeah, so I put all the videos that Joe, like the Sharon and Joe show videos, I put those in a private gallery. So they'll come back. We're just going to wait until the divorces are all the way over. We're going to be careful with what we say. Now, I am not putting, like for me, I just did the videos that, there's probably some out there that I missed, but that Joe is obviously in, or the Sharon and Joe show. I took them, I put them in a private gallery, of course with my teenage daughter who knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
But so I did do that. For me, I've had conversations with God about the channel several times, and I always felt that he's protecting me on this channel. I believe that. Still, there's a few things that I'm actually really careful about, mainly related to my son, and but I will be talking about that a little more freely in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's just a shame, but it's just so close, you guys,
Guys, we are like, I'm sure with these divorces,
it's been going over 2 years.
We talk about this every single day. We're so ready to live our life. We're so ready to hit the ground running. We are. Yes, that's true. But I guess you're right. But I guess what I mean is like we have like other things we want to do. Like it's hard for us even to have like a budget because we don't know when there's going to be a divorce bill or when there's like some final court costs or like whatever it is. So yeah, we have to be so careful with things like that. So, you know, like my ex, he hasn't even sent the child support. So we can't even be like, all right, well, your son, he can take driver's ed now, so this is great, or whatever it is. There's nothing like that. So even just minor things like that. But then when you go into major things that, yeah, like, you know, I'll just say this. When I first discovered, the reason I even discovered narcissism, how I found out about it, was from the Chris Watts case. I recognized my ex in that man, and that was a horrifying moment. I can remember it. I was sitting in my house, and I'm like, wow, oh my God, like that sounds just like so-and-so. And then I started reading more about that case. It was to the point, my ex is Chris Watts. They are the same person in so many ways. It's absolutely stunning to me. Now, he didn't have a mistress as far as I know, but other than that,
He had a loaded gun with multiple.
yeah. My
clips
kids
in
and
the car.
I believe my kids and I were in danger, and that's all that it takes. You know what I mean? You believe it, you're living your life a different way.
Yeah, it's almost like you ever watch those haunted house movies, and like the house is haunted, and it was like you're sitting there watching, and like, why don't you get the hell out of there and leave? Like, what the hell is you doing? Get the hell out of there.
Yeah,
if that
that's true.
happened.
You watch it, and the person's like, I think I'll go into the house. What? No, get out.
Yeah, or I think we'll live here still.
Yeah.
Until somebody gets murdered. You know, it's just like, nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, exactly. So we want to be careful, and we want to remind you, too, that we don't know what the narcissist is capable of, because if you're like Joe and I, and you believe that they're not fully human, who are they, and what can they do?
Yeah, mine was on the borderline, if not fully psychopathic, at least sociopathic, and the things that she, nothing is shocking.
No.
Nothing is shocking, and it's just, I don't need any more days being put on.
We want this to be over. We want to live our life. And God, guys, we've talked about this. Like Joe and I, we always talked about it a lot, but lately it seems like it's every day because it's so close now.
It is, and it's hard. You want to have a positive attitude, but you don't want to put the expectations out there. And it's just like trying to accept it is what it is, and trust in God. But there was one thing God thought came into my head when I went no contact is, don't ever forget what this person is capable of doing, and what she did to you, what you allowed happened to you, and breaking the patterns of codependency and just all that garbage, the generations of garbage that happened. I put a lot of work in God's help, and it's just, when this is over, it'll be a different story. And we're not doing anything bad. We're not like,
it's just the fear that if this was discovered,
actually,
it would be a problem.
I can't call it respect. It's just the knowledge, I guess, of knowing what my ex, this narcissist, is capable of. Was just like, you know what? It's kind of, we would think about after the divorces, some things we'd like to do, and it's just, maybe it's better off, like, let sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah,
You know?
yes. Yeah, Joe.
I wanted to give my 2 cents
Yeah.
to this fool. It wouldn't have been Sharon, and but you know, they're not worth anything.
No.
Yeah, there's no hatred. There's nothing. It's just, you're in the past. You're dead. You're a ghost.
Joe and I, we're trying to live good moral lives. You know, we've mentioned before on the channel, we have our triangle with God, right? We have God at the top, Joe and I at the base. And we really want to live that way. And it's like, when, you know, I personally believe I've heard from God telling me, go with it with the channel. Because I really thought about that, especially in December, when I was like counting down the days before I escaped. I mean, if my ex discovered that, found out, I would have been screwed. But I risked it. I felt like it was all right. But it was a huge risk. And when Joe was feeling this way last night, you know, when we're talking, and we're like, geez, if you feel that way, we need to listen to what God says.
Yeah, she's the kind of she's the kind of psychopath that she'll throw herself underneath the bus if I'm gonna get run over with her. Like, she don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's
about herself.
See, my ex isn't like that.
She does, but she doesn't. Like, if it hurts me and if it involves like pain, she'll do it.
She'll sacrifice herself to hurt you.
Yeah, because she don't have a life.
Yeah, see, my ex isn't like that. I think I know he's very concerned with what other people think. Like, he wants me to suffer and pay, but he wouldn't bring himself down with me, never. If he was going to go down too, he wouldn't say anything.
It's, anybody normal if they would have found this channel and they really did these kind of things, they'd feel awful. These are the kind of people will say, yeah, but oh, she's lying. Oh, okay, and well,
it wasn't that bad, or
yeah. And then you know how lawyers are.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Give me $250 an hour. We can go as long as you want to go, like whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. And my attorney actually told me, referencing my ex's attorney, she's like, oh, it was kind of weird. Like, I don't know if I 100% believe this actually, because she was asking me questions about his attorney. Then suddenly she tells me that she dealt with him with another case. So I don't know. But what she said, anyways, was that his attorney is the type of attorney that doesn't give advice or say, "Oh, this is a good deal. You should take this." Just kind of lets them.
No, he just lets the meter run.
Yeah.
Like, hey, do whatever you want to do. You want to go this route? That's cool.
Yeah.
As long as the meter's running and he's counting his money.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
And we're the ones that have the responsibilities, the children, the pets, and all that stuff. So instead, I'm working 7 days a week just to kind of get by. And these goons, I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah. So in the meantime, between now and when the divorces are final, we're going to be cautious what we say. However, stay tuned, because after these divorces are final, we have a lot to say, a lot to say. And if you are divorcing a narcissist, thinking about divorcing a narcissist in any way, shape, or form, dealing with divorce and the narcissist, definitely subscribe and stay tuned.
Yeah, we could definitely tell you what not to do.
Yeah.
And what to do.
Yes.
Like, there's no bad examples
Yes.
with us, and we have it from a male and a female perspective.
Yep.
But yeah, as we did the video yesterday and we didn't release it because of my concern, we just thought, holy crap, we're gonna have a whole gamut of videos. And
it was fun. We were walking and we're like, oh my gosh, we could talk about this or this. Oh, what about this? Like,
yeah, and if I would have known, then it's just. The one thing is just, I was reminded, like, these people, at least in my case, is very, if you want to call them people,
but I do think,
dangerous.
like, I agree. I know that she is. I don't want to make it seem, though, like your ex is an exception. I think anybody's could be. And I don't want to panic anybody, but I do think it's a reminder to remember who we're dealing with. And if you're wrong, like, if you're wrong, great, you're wrong. You don't have to worry about it. But somebody like this, you don't know. It's like I mentioned the Chris Watts thing. His wife didn't know, had no idea. Us, we have an idea. We know, all right, this person is a narcissist. So they're actually, you need to look at it that they're capable of anything.
Yeah, and I'm a 6'2". Like, I used to play football. I'm not scared of her physically in any way, shape, or form. She's capable of anything.
Yeah.
And she has shown that to me time and time again. There's no surprises.
Yeah, what is that quote? When someone shows you who they are, believe them.
Yeah, when somebody tells you or when somebody shows you who you are the first time, or believe them the first time.
Yeah,
that's it.
Exactly, and that's what we're trying to do. So with an abundance of caution, if you feel like binge watching the Sharon and Joe show, you're going to have to wait a couple of weeks.
Yeah, or maybe a couple of days, hopefully.
Yeah, oh my God, hopefully. As soon as these divorces are officially done, we will be making an announcement on the channel, right?
Yeah, and hopefully we're just trying to help people, and that's our goal.
Absolutely. All right, Joe, thank you. Thank you for coming back 2 days in a row. You've been on the channel a lot lately. It's good. I love it. All right, guys, thank you. Joe and I are going to go chill out for the rest of the day. Joe worked hard all day, and I guess that's our plans.
Yeah, God bless you guys. Have a great week.
I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Bye.